Alfonso, washed out final day. What's your initial assessment of the 4 days?
Yeah, I think it was okay at times. You know, we had moments. It was a good toss to win, but in saying that, we had a good start in the first kind of hour, and then lost a couple of quick wickets. You know, and first innings we probably left about 100 runs out there. 400 plus, 420 plus was probably par, which meant that we had to play a bit of catch up. You know, we had good partnerships, but if you we had 3 partnerships of 50 plus, where they had 3 partnerships of 100 plus, and I think that was the difference really in that first innings, which meant that we had to play catch up. I think from a bowling point of view, I thought the guys bowled well after lunch on day 2, and those 2 sessions, you know, lunch and after tea, which got us a couple of wickets. But as we saw, it then got nice and flat yesterday, which made them cash in. They played well, you know, and to come away with only 2 points less than them, I think we will probably be the happier team.
Yeah, going back to with the bat, lots of starts, as you mentioned, and good partnerships, but probably not the ruthlessness we saw with Simpson and Lamb. But there were plenty of positives, the way that Rishi Patel played up top, and Liam Travaskis with the bat on debut as well. Yeah,
so there were encouraging signs, you know. There were encouraging signs, but if you look at last year, we had guys cashing in. You know, if it was your day, you made sure that you cashed in. And we are just leaving runs out there. And like you say, we just have to be a little bit more ruthless, which I'm sure will come in the next couple of games.
And with the ball, plenty of toil, a very impressive effort, as you mentioned, on day 2. We really squeezed Sussex well, but it sort of got away from us yesterday as it got flatter. How do you weigh up the assessment of our bowling performance?
Yeah, I thought if you consider the lack of overs we've had going into these games, you know, Yorkshire was probably not ideal. We didn't really bowl a lot in Yorkshire, and also when we bowled, it was on the ground that was really soft and really wet, which made it quite tricky as a bowler. And then we came in probably a little bit undercooked to a certain extent, not making any excuses at all. I thought the bowlers stuck at it really well. They got some mileage in their legs, which will hopefully stand them in good stead. You know, towards the end yesterday, there was a bit of gamesmanship played where we had to keep our kind of spinners on to try and prolong the game a little bit, and not to allow the bowlers to bowl dead over, so to speak, you know, with an eye on games coming up.
And the Kookaburra ball obviously in use for this game. It's been, you know, the subject of a lot of opinion, a lot of big scores in April. What's your verdict on that experiment?
My take might be a little bit controversial on it. You know, there's obviously been a lot of chat about trying to take average bowlers out of the game a little bit, or seamers. But what it's done for me is it's made a lot of average batters look good. You know, which is that a good thing? You know, I can think of a Chris Rushworth who would probably take 60, 70 wickets with a Duke's ball. Is that a bad thing? No, for me. You know, he's the kind of guy that, well, if there was a touring side and England calls him up, he would probably bowl a team out. Would any of these batters go to Australia or to South Africa and go score 100 against a Kookaburra ball? I would probably lean more. I would more back a Rushworth to take wickets in England with a Duke's ball than back a lot of the batters to go overseas and score hundreds.
And finally, just from what you've seen in the first 2 games, what learnings can we take into Derby next week to put us in a winning position?
To me, I think first innings is obviously massive in any 4-day game. You know, we need to be a bit more ruthless, like I said, and if we can show the same disciplines with the ball like we've done for certain periods of this game for a longer period of time, I think we'll come out on the right side.